When looking for a partner, it's normal to want to make a good impression. For many, it can be difficult to win over a love interest while still staying true to themselves. Denny Jones is a professional dating coach at the School of Attraction. I love the name. And he shares his tips for being genuine when dating with us on Talking Relationships tonight. Hi, how you doing, Denny?
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me here.
You're more than welcome, mate. I love the idea. School of Attraction.
I'm not to be congratulated for that one. That's my boss. So yeah, he's got that one. Yeah.
He really did come up with a good name there.
Yeah, I like it.
And I am very excited to have you on the show, Denny, because I noticed you have a blog and it's called on there, and it's called The Power of Being Genuine. Now, what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, what you guys do is you help guys who possibly suffer anxiety or are a little bit anxious to help bridge that part when they want to be in a solid relationship, bridging that part to actually getting to the date and being able to negotiate that first date with somebody. Is that right?
That is 100% correct.
Wow. So that is something that I think is very, very important, because anxiety plays so much in the dating world. It is difficult out there to find somebody, and when anxiety is in the way, I think that people really can't show their authentic self because of all the racing, the hormones and all the stuff that's going on with anxiety. So tell me, what do you think about how important is that a man approach a woman in a genuine and confident manner?
Well, the reason why it is so important is, as you said before, is you can't be yourself if the adrenaline's pumping through you, you're stuttering over your words, you're umming and ahhing, the hands are in the pockets, you're looking down, you're not giving good eye contact, all the things you would probably naturally do as a professional, like in IT, as a banker, or wherever that is. It's for some reason, as soon as we translate it in the social sphere, we lose that. So it's so crazy, like the self-sabotage that goes on in our own minds is just insane, and we see it all the time.
So what you're really saying is that in the dating world, we can lose ourselves.
Yes, 100%, yeah.
We can really lose that part that you really want to shine through.
Yes.
Which is that genuine, more solid, more confident part.
It's just yourself. Like, honestly, some of the guys that we have in the course and we teach, you talk to them and you see them interact with each other, and you know, you think, oh, there's absolutely nothing wrong.
Total confidence, right?
Yeah, well, I think just when they're talking to blokes and they've always had men around, that's just the way it is, you know? Yeah. But as soon as you put them in the position where we go, okay, we're going out tonight, guys, and we're going to have to talk to some women, or the pacing happens, the hands start clasping, you know, people are like, oh, maybe this is not for me, you know, we just talk ourselves out of it, and we think it's the worst thing in the world.
And so we can either talk ourselves out of it, or we can go into it and then start to say some really crummy one-liners.
Yeah, no, we hate those. They're like a ban of those, you know.
I want to hear some of those bad one-liners.
No, they should all be banned.
No, absolutely. Did the stars fall from the sky because they're in your eyes tonight?
Look, there are some topical ones that I've heard that are quite good, but you know, probably not good for radio.
Right, okay.
It really depends on the person, and a lot of things are just based on delivery. And I think if you are one of those people that accept your flaws for all that they are, and you are, you know, perfectly imperfect, you know, or confidently imperfect, delivery is everything. And if you can own that, you know, that will just come from within you, and people will respect that and know that that is your true self. So that's a big thing.
Okay, so imagine that a guy sees a girl and he really likes her and wants to approach her with the hope of going on a date. What's some genuine ways to make that happen?
Well, look, when we talk to the guys, we make things really easy for them. So, look, we tell them there's a 3-second rule. If there's a girl that you like, you have to have made the decision to approach her within the first 3 seconds. Otherwise, you know, you're going to start talking your way out of it. That voice in the back of your head is going to be saying a few things that are going to say, well, maybe that's her boyfriend that's over there, or maybe she's about to talk on the phone, or maybe she's in a rush to go to work or something like that.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, those things that tell us in the back of our head that we're not worthy. Right, so the 3-second rule is the big thing that we teach.
Yeah,
you know, it just helps you immensely. But also have something already lined up. You know, especially if you're approaching someone during the day. You know, have something lined up that's really basic. Like I personally, I always go, look, excuse me, and I address the elephant in the room because, oddly enough, Australian women don't get approached during the day enough, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always seems a big surprise when I'm on my training courses. Like, girls are very surprised. So you address the elephant in the room, much like a Hugh Grant, very sort of, you know, English and apologetically. Look, I don't usually do this. I'm sorry, excuse me. But you're very cute, and I there's something about you, and I had to come over and meet you. Like this, you just got to be honest about your intentions. Straight up and full. Don't beat around the bush. Being disingenuous, you'll just reek of it, like, you know, this old used car salesman, and you don't want that. You don't want to have that on you.
Well, exactly. And I think what we have to be careful with in today's society is it not looking like harassment.
That's right. So you have to be a little bit apologetic. Like, this is weird. I've just come up to you, interrupted your day.
Yep.
Right? Of course, and the body language that I see every day when I'm coaching my voice is that the girls are like, oh, what's going on here? This is like a surprise. But it's so funny. Most of our students have more success during the day than at night.
Is that right?
Yeah, because it's kind of a little bit romantic, isn't it?
Yeah. Got it.
It is a little bit romantic.
A lunch romance.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to go back into your office and you're like, you won't believe what just happened to me. You will not believe it. But at night time, you've got your wall paint on, you're in the club or wherever you're at, and you expect men to come and you know, approach and present themselves
it's
to
a scene,
you.
Isn't it?
It is a scene,
Yes.
yeah. That's why a lot of men do not like it, especially introverts do not like the nighttime scene.
And so do you have any tips on maybe how a guy can carry himself in terms of approaching a woman? Like there's a lot to do with how we hold our bodies and all of that kind of thing.
100%.
It's very important as well.
Yeah, look, because the nice guy persona, we get a lot of our students are those people, you know, consider themselves to be very nice guys, and that sometimes comes across as apologetic for even being there.
Right, yeah.
So you have to own your space.
Yeah.
I feel like the fewest steps as possible to get to that person. Don't be kind of like hovering about because your nerves are kicked in. You want to go straight up there. If it's a table of girls that are already on there, pretend as if your drink was already on there and you're just coming back to it. You know, own that space.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And good eye contact is
And I imagine
very
the girls
important.
will look up and be like, oh, why is he here at our table? Why is he collecting his drink and all of that?
Yeah, exactly. But also as well, like, get there, wait for people to pay attention to you.
Yeah.
Don't just go in there. Don't have that eye contact. You know, be a bit sheepish, lose your nerve. You got to stick there, stick it until you get that eye contact, and then, you know, introduce yourself to the group.
And I imagine big breaths would help.
Yeah, big ones, I think, definitely.
To center yourself.
Yeah, but again, 3 seconds. In 3
Big,
seconds,
deep ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
in 3 seconds, not much going to happen. So
that's true.
Yeah, so just as soon as you can make that just a habitual thing and start, you know, really grappling with that inner voice, and just kind of going, go away and shushing it a bit. I think that's the secret.
So have you seen some really genuine relationships come from this coaching?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think I'm a good result of that as well. So
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you shy?
Huh?
Were you shy?
What? Well, I was a bit of a clown growing up, but I didn't know what was attractive about me. I felt like I always fell into my relationships, and I was always like 6 months in, I was like, how did I get here? I never really picked this person. It wasn't a conscious choice. I just ended up sitting next to that person at a party or whatever it was, you know. And after a few bad choices or bad coincidences, I would like to call them, I said, well, this is the line. It's not getting much lower than this. The only way is up, and I made a conscious decision. I actually did the course, and now I'm a coach there. So
isn't that great?
Yeah.
Because being a clown and it isn't really showing your true self, is it? It's a way that you tried to connect with people, and so I imagine going through the course, you learnt different ways other than just being the clown. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Obviously, being entertaining in your interactions with women is very important.
Yeah.
Ladies tend to make a lot of quick decisions, and I tell guys you're always buying the time that you're in your interactions. You know, so if you decide to go a bit limp with the conversation, you're not showing much interest, and it's just getting a bit plain. Maybe you're doing too many questions and just interviewing the person as opposed to having a proper conversation with connection. It's going to die very quickly.
Right.
But after being entertaining and all those other things, you have to build rapport.
Yeah.
And that's where your real connections come in. And that's what I was missing.
Right. And so once guys have negotiated the date, Denny, what do you guys offer after? What do you, as coaches, what do you offer after that in terms of keeping the relationship strong? Is that a part that you play as well?
Okay, so the majority of what we do is just getting into the rhythm of talking to women and having with women in your life on any level. I think just being able to be free-flowing with the conversation and any of your interactions with women is kind of the hardest thing for a lot of these guys.
You're right. It's not an interview.
No, exactly. Yeah. So you have to be So you have to be making connections with people, and it's hard because it has to be real.
That's right.
Yeah,
authenticity.
You can't fake it.
You can't.
You can't fake it.
You can't. And I think the word authenticity gets thrown around so much nowadays, but there is something to be said for it. And, you guys use the word genuine, authenticity, genuine, whatever word you want to use. If you're not going to show up.
Yeah, show up. It's a good one. That's powerful.
Yeah, show up in your authentic self, but it can so get flooded because of anxiety and the nerves and all of that. So where can people find you guys? Because I think you also do a section for women as well, don't you?
Yeah, well, look, we're building that course at the moment. It's not live.
It's not live,
but it's written. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
It's just not ready to shoot at the moment, but it is the other side of that coin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so where can people find you?
Schoolofattraction.com.au.
Okay.
Very easy. Schoolofattraction.com.au. Denny, thank you very much for coming in, mate.
Oh, you are welcome.
Thank you, Denny.
Anytime, guys. Anytime.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, okay.
Loved having you on.
Definitely
Thank
have
you.
you back.
Thank
Maybe
you.
you've got questions right now. 131283 is here in the studio for a little while longer, so maybe you've got a question. If you're an anxious fella and you'd like some tips, give us a call. 131283.
You're listening to Talking Relationships on Talking Lifestyle.
Oh yes, anxiety. It affects everybody, and it's nice to hear that it's not just the guys; it's the girls too that
absolutely,
are anxious sometimes.
Absolutely. And anxiety plays a big part in a lot of things. And the reason why it's such a problem is because it just floods us so much with neurochemicals and hormones and all of those things that just don't help us engage very well. And without that engagement, you can't show who you really are.
Yeah, and you start asking stupid questions, don't you? Denny,
Yeah,
don't go yet. I mean,
100%.
What are some of the stupid things people sort of come up with?
It's like they just run out of things to just rattle off, Oh, so do you always drink champagne? Or, just stupid things. So, do you wear heels all the time? Just silly things.
All right, now look, we've got somebody on the line here. Darren, hi, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad. Thanks for asking, Denny. It's been very good listening to you. I've just got a quick question. I find it very hard to engage with girls at the beginning. I don't have much trouble at the end. How would you open up? Or, as you can tell, I'm struggling now. But what's the best opening line or the best intro you would recommend?
I don't know. You come across quite confident, Darren. Look,
until there's a pretty girl in front of him.
Until there's a pretty girl in front of them. Yeah. Look, for some of the beginners in our course, we would ask to just open with a casual, so how's your night been? What's the occasion? Have those those questions that will help fluff up initial chat. Obviously, because women are like, well, you've come into my space now. It's like you're going to have to carry most of this conversation. We do a little QRA, which is question, relate and answer. So whatever the question is, you hear for the answer, you relate to that answer, then answer your own question yourself. It allows you to give you time to think about how you would continue the conversation.
QRA.
Yeah.
Wow.
QRA.
What do you think of that, Darren?
Yeah, that's really interesting. Sorry, I'm just writing that one down.
Wise man.
But yeah, I just would not do any cheesy pickup lines. Be honest about why you're there. So,
there's some nice pickup lines.
Yeah,
though.
well, yeah, there would
just
be.
Don't work.
But I don't know, if you can come across and if you're confident, you can say, look, I saw you from across the bar and I had to come over and talk to you. What is your name? And stick your hand out.
That's more
introduce.
honest, isn't it?
It's honest,
Yeah.
but that's much more confident, isn't it?
Yes.
Because it says, I don't have to play a game for me to come over and talk to you.
No.
I just come over and talk to you.
So, Darren, you're a confident fellow. It's just that initial reaction, right?
Oh, I think it's just when I get in front of girls, I clam up and I don't really know what to say, and my palms get sweaty and I just don't know how to interact, I suppose.
I think a lot of people have
Yeah,
that.
look, you're not alone there. That's pretty much 99% of the people that we deal with this. So, yeah.
If you want a
you're not
girl's
alone.
opinion, you sound lovely.
You've got a date, Darren.
Have you ever tried phone dating, Darren? I think your voice you could carry. That'd be very good.
That would definitely get rid of the initial anxiety of meeting women.
It would help, wouldn't it? Yeah.
And anxiety.
Dating in the dark. That's right. Hey, we should start a new
Oh, that
concept.
sounds wrong, but anyway.
Darren, thank you for your call, mate.
Thanks very much.
It's funny,
All right.
anxiety is a crazy thing. I think anxiety isn't... People think fear is anxiety. Anxiety says the unknown, right? And it's kind of like an indicator for us. It tells us that what we're doing is important.
Absolutely. And I teach that to people all the time. If you're feeling anxiety, it's usually because there's something you've got to notice.
Yeah.
There's something you've got to pay attention to. And so anxiety, I think it really gets a bad rap because it really does play an important part. If you think back into the primitive days, if you felt anxious,
Something's happening.
and you had to run.
That's it.
because
That's it.
there was something chasing after
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
And so I think it's clear that it does play an important role.
I like also your idea of not the nightclubs. It's so passé, isn't it? If you're
Well,
in
it's
a
just
nightclub, it's kind of like going back to caveman era, isn't it?
I think so.
I'm dancing in front of you. Hello, look at me.
But we stay away from the dance floor 100%.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, you
I
can't
don't blame
control.
you.
You can't control the dance floor.
Right.
You know, the dance floor will do what it does. I think you can control a conversation much better than electric boogaloo or whatever it is that you can do. you know?
Yep.
So
Nutbush city limits.
exactly.
I'm showing my age.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
No, I've seen it done.
Oh,
I've seen it done just recently. So don't. I think you still got time to go back.
They say sometimes to find the right relationship, you're in a library or somewhere quiet is often.
People asking me all the time, where do I go? Where do I go? And I'm saying, are you outside right now? If you can see a woman, that's where you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I met my girlfriend that I have right now at a kebab shop.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you say to her?
Wow.
I said to her,
Yeah.
I looked at her because I thought she was like Brazilian or something like that, and she was ordering a pizza. I think it was at 1 o'clock after one of my sessions in the morning. And anyway, I kind of shook my head at her because I knew how long that pizza had been there,
Right.
and it probably was for about 7 hours.
See, you were showing your caring side
Yeah,
straight
and
away.
so anyways, she bumped into me at the lights, and I was just like, okay, so tell me what you got. What do you have? What is it? She's like, well, what do you mean? It's like, well, if you're going to eat 7-hour-old pizza, you're going to tell me what it is. It better be good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I hope she is listening, and thank you for letting us have him on here tonight.
Good on you, mate. Thank you, Darren. Denny, thank you. Denny, sorry. It's one of those nights. Ah, dear. When looking for a partner, there you go. schoolofattraction.com.au was the website. So, Denny, that's the place
And
we
there's a
find
number
you.
of coaches there that you can look for that appeals to you, and they all offer very different things. So,
Yeah, we actually have more coaches than are on the website.
You
So
have psychologists too,
yeah,
don't you?
yeah, we do. They write the courses, and it gets reviewed every year, so it's totally up to date in all sort of areas of love matching and online dating and all that sort of stuff. So.
Well, I asked you guys on tonight because I didn't know much about you, and it looked interesting, and
Yeah.
so I'm very, very glad that you came on the show, and
pleasure's
we've
mine.
learned
We'll have
learned
you
a little
back,
bit
mate.
about you. We will have you back.
Yeah, perfect.